We can all easily slide out of active listening. So, what can we do to re engage? I'm Anne with Winletha, bringing executive coaching to young professionals. When I lost count of how many focus groups I had conducted with university students, I also lost my active listening skills. I was still listening, but it was more of a game about how soon into the session someone would mention insufficient parking. I was hearing all the same answers to all the same questions. What do you like or dislike about the recreation center? How much would you pay to live in a 2-bedroom apartment on campus? All good questions, but I had lost my enthusiasm. To regain it, I started to experiment by throwing in questions that sparked my curiosity, questions that I couldn't predict the answers to. Things like, what adjectives would you use to describe the campus? Or if money was endless and you were in charge, what would you invest in and why? Amazingly, I was right back to actively listening and having trouble keeping notes. I started to rely on the recordings so that I could focus on the discussion. A benefit of the shift was that even with the standard questions, I was getting better at noticing subtleties in the answers that led me to more nuanced insights. I was curious again about what I was being told and less curious about whether my predictions of the answers were right. So here's an exercise to help you strengthen your active listening muscle. Today, generate some questions that spark your curiosity, maybe about favorite vacation memories, or how did someone get to be so good at something? Also, look at your calendar for the week and pick a meeting or an interaction every day. Then, when those moments happen, make a point of asking your curiosity question and actively listening to all aspects of the answer. And that's not just the details, but what emotions are coming up and what facial expressions are happening. At the end of the week, reflect on when it was easy and when it was hard to actively listen and pause your own thoughts about what's next. Click the like button to let me know that you're going to give it a try, and use the comments to share what you discover. I'll see you next week with another strength training exercise for your leadership muscles.